Good morning, everyone. Today we are doing something special. We are going to narrate every single tiny movement from the moment I leave my house until I sit down at my desk at school. We often overlook the small actions, but this is where the most natural English lives. I am standing in the entryway right now. I reach for my sneakers and slip them on. I grab the laces and pull them tight to make sure they are secure. My backpack is sitting on the floor, so I bend down, grab the top handle, and hoist it onto my shoulders. It feels quite heavy today because I have my laptop and 3 textbooks inside. I reach for the door handle and turn the deadbolt to unlock it. I push the door open and step out into the hallway. The air feels crisp and cool this morning. I pull the door shut behind me and listen for the click. I always give the handle a quick jiggle just to be absolutely sure it is locked. I walk toward the elevator, press the down button, and wait for it to arrive. Once the doors slide open, I step inside and press the button for the lobby. The elevator reaches the ground floor with a soft ding. I step out into the lobby and walk through the automatic glass doors. Now I am out on the sidewalk. I start trekking toward the main intersection. I notice the long shadows on the pavement because the sun is still quite low in the sky. I see a neighbor across the street walking their dog, so I give a small nod of acknowledgement. I reach the corner and wait for the pedestrian signal to change. While I wait, I adjust the straps of my backpack because the weight is digging into my shoulders. The light turns green and I step off the curb to cross the street. I make sure to look both ways, even though it is a quiet residential area. I am heading toward the convenience store where I usually meet my friend. I can see a familiar figure standing near the entrance. It is Ken. He is leaning against a lamppost and looking at his phone. He has his earbuds in, so he probably cannot hear me approaching. I decide to sneak up on him, but he looks up at the last second. I wave my hand to get his attention. He spots me and gives a tired smile. I tell him I am sorry for keeping him waiting, but he says he only pulled up a minute ago himself. Now we are walking side by side toward the school. This is what we call the walk and talk. We are shooting the breeze about our plans for the weekend. We pass a construction site where the noise is absolutely deafening. We have to raise our voices just to hear each other over the sound of the machinery. We decide to pick up the pace because we are running a little bit behind schedule. We walk past the park where a few people are jogging. The smell of fresh cut grass is everywhere. We cross one more major road and the school building finally comes into view. We reach the main gates of the school. The area is swarming with students. Some people are clumped together in circles laughing, while others are bolting toward the entrance because they are late. We walk through the gates and head toward the main building. We enter the building and head straight for the shoe lockers. This is a very specific part of the routine. I find my locker, pull out my indoor slippers, and swap them with my outdoor shoes. I shove my sneakers into the small cubby and close the locker door. I make sure my slippers are on straight before we head toward the stairs. The hallway smells like floor wax and old books. We walk past the teacher's lounge, and I see a few teachers preparing for their first period classes. We start climbing the stairs to the 3rd floor. By the time we reach the top, I'm starting to lose my breath a little bit. I really need to work on my cardio. We reach room 302. I reach for the handle and slide the door open. It makes a loud clattering sound as it moves along the track. The classroom is a beehive of activity. Some students are tossing bags onto their desks, and others are standing by the window chatting. I walk down the narrow aisle toward my spot. My desk is in the 2nd row from the window. I slide my chair out, and it makes a sharp screeching noise against the floor. I plop down into my seat and let out a long sigh of relief. I finally made it. I unzip the main compartment of my backpack and fish out my pencil case. I set my notebook neatly in the center of the desk. I take a quick look out the window and see the last few stragglers running through the gate just as the morning bell begins to chime. Class is officially in session.